Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Weston Racing. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Spin Master Monster Jam Justice League versus the Joker 5-pack. So this has been one that I've had on the back burner for a while now. It's an interesting one. I've been waiting to make the video on it because in a lot of ways, this is a very strange 5-pack, like a very, very weird 5-pack. And I'll point out the reasons why as we go through the video here today, but it is a really, really interesting set of releases here, and I will make sure to explain why. I just realized I think my tripod is not set up the way that it's supposed to be for YouTube videos. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna get this thing opened here. Yeah, it's just gonna be a 5-pack video for today is pretty much all it's gonna be. I will say though, like I said, I do find this one really strange because there's a lot of interesting details about this that really all come together to form this one 5-pack. Like for example, this is the only time we've ever gotten Flash. The Flash has only ever had one release by Spin Master, and it is this 5-pack. This is the only way you can get this truck. The rest of these have all been released before. And then what's really, really strange is that none of these trucks have existed in real life. So they're marketing a Monster Jam 5-pack for 5 trucks that have never even existed in real life, in a way. Like, you know, obviously Superman, Batman, okay, Wonder Woman, not this specific paint scheme, but Wonder Woman has existed in real life. This version of Batman, this version of Superman have not, and these two have never in any capacity. So it's a very weird 5-pack in reality. Had to get my knife. I forgot about my knife. But yeah, so basically what this was meant to be is we had the Gravedigger Max D El Toro Loco Retro Series 5-packs that came out, and this is meant to be the predecessor or the follow-up to that. So they stopped doing retro 5-packs and they instead did this as the next one, which again, I feel like this is very weird. It's cool, don't get me wrong. I mean, this is really the only time we've really gotten realistic versions of like these two, maybe this one, you know. It's pretty neat that these are the most realistic times we've ever gotten this. Got an exclusive truck, which is weird because there was a Target exclusive 3-pack that came out with an exclusive Harley Quinn that looked identical to the Flash design wise. It's a very strange setup, but as you can see, much like the other 5-packs, it shows you the 5 trucks that you get. We have the Flash, Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, and the Joker. Specifically, what looks like Mark Hamill's Joker, which is awesome because he is the best. He is so cool. But yeah, so basically that's what this is. This is like the name implies, Justice League versus the Joker. It's 4 Justice League trucks against the Joker, which is cool. It's a bit strange to me that I realize it because they had that heroes and villains thing going on for so long in Spin Master Monster Jam. And it's crazy to me that the Joker and Harley Quinn were the only 2 DC villains we got. Whereas with Marvel, I think we've gotten 4 already. 4 villains. But across the multitude of years that they've had the DC license, I don't even think they have the DC license anymore, which is crazy. We only managed to get... we only managed to get the couple of villain trucks, which is weird to me. It really is. Yeah, I think this is packaged identical to the retro packs. So I think what I'm going to do to save time here is I'm not going to bother, you know, pulling all these out, you know, one by one like I did last time. I'm just going to cut them out and make your guys' lives a lot easier here. So we'll start with the OG, the best DC superhero himself, the legendary Batman. I love Batman. Batman has always been my favorite superhero and will always be my favorite superhero. Just so cool. So there we go. There is the Batman. Get him off to the side. Right there. We'll do Superman next. Got that new Superman movie coming out here soon. I've watched the trailer for it. Much like all the other Superman movies, really doesn't look that interesting to me. But I think that's just because I'm not really that big of a Superman fan in the first place. I think Superman, as his name would imply, is just a very generic superhero, you know? He doesn't have the interesting, you know, I mean, don't get me wrong, he's cool, but like, he's not as interesting as like other superheroes. He's pretty generic, all things considered, but he's still neat. He's a cool superhero. Like I said, Superman's got a new movie. I know Batman's got a new movie here soon. Wonder Woman, I don't know anything about. I don't think there's a new Wonder Woman movie happening anytime soon. She's an alright superhero. Has a relationship with like every member of the Justice League, depending on what continuity you're watching, which is crazy to me that they would depict Queen Diana here as that kind of person. But yeah, this is also interesting because this is the first Wonder Woman that I will be adding to my loose collection that has this paint scheme, because all my other Wonder Womans have the actual paint scheme that they were in real life. Which is very weird to me that they did that. That they, rather than giving Wonder Woman a new like design to match the new DC trucks, they just repainted the original design, which is a little strange to me, you know? And then we got this guy, which just had his movie recently that was god-awful from what I've heard. The only good thing that happened with that movie was we got to see the return of, what's his name as Batman, but there you go, there's the Flash. I always thought the Flash, that's the problem with DC. I feel like a lot of their characters are just too generic, you know what I mean? But you know who isn't generic and who is really awesome? Don't get me wrong, I mean, he's not my favorite DC supervillain by any means. I think that will always be the Riddler. But the Joker's pretty cool, all things considered. He is really, really neat. He's a perfect, depending on what, again, it all depends on what continuity you're watching. The Joker is one of the perfect representations of insanity done correctly. It is awesome. All right. Wind her down. Here we go. Alrighty. So like I said, we're going to go in that order there. Yeah, we'll go in the order in which I unboxed them. Why not? We'll just go in the order in which I feel like doing them in. It's my channel after all. I get to make the rules. Alrighty, here we go. So the first one up is Batman. And this one is just meant to look like a standard Batmobile, all things considered. But what I like about this one, what I like about all the trucks in this set is that they have painted engines. I think that's really cool. And the BKT printing right there, something, you know, we can't even get Spin Master to do consistently in like a championship collection, but whatever. This is a really cool looking Batman release. Might be my favorite one. I think I've got two already unboxed. This might be my favorite one that they've done. I really do like the way that this one looks. The roll cage color is really fascinating. It's almost kind of like almost like a dark silver kind of thing going on there. It's a very interesting roll cage color. But yeah, Batman there, as you can see, like it's meant to be a representation of one of the newer Batmobiles, the heavily armored ones. Rubber wings, by the way, for anybody who's curious. Go. You got to fluff them up sometimes and pull them out of the package. And then of course you got the jet booster back here. Really neat. Really, really neat little Batman release right there. Super duper cool. I will say that's the thing with the DC Comics monster trucks by Spin Masters. I will say I do like the original designs better, but I still think they're fine. They're not anything bad. I just really like the original designs. Again, I grew up with them. That's kind of just, you know, how I am. And then we got Superman here. I will say Superman's design is really cool by Spin Master. I like the fact that they kept it as a pickup truck, true to style for the original Superman, but then they gave it that more modern 3D design. I think that is really, really cool. You know, they could have just done a design kind of like the new Marvel trucks, for example, for Superman, but they instead decided to stay true to form and true to life with the original Superman. And I appreciate that. I think that's really, really cool that they did that. And it looks good too. It really does. My one complaint is that with this specific design, like if they ever decided to make this a real life truck, you know that the cape would be molded onto the truck. It wouldn't be a free flowing one like on the original Superman. Kinda. I mean, the original one kinda had a free flowing one. No, it was molded on. What am I? Oh, Man of Steel. Man of Steel had the actual flappy cape on it. So yeah, true to form, I guess. This literally is a perfect, like, this literally is just the perfect modern day take on Superman. I like it. I also like that the headlights are red to represent his laser vision, and you can see it streaking off the lights. That's super duper cool. Yeah, that is all right. I take back everything I said. This is honestly, if this Superman became a real life truck, I honestly wouldn't even complain, because like I said, I think it is the perfect modern day representation of the original Superman. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that. I take back everything I said. That's really good. All right. This one I'm a bit confused as to why they did this, but here's the Wonder Woman. I'm not going to lie, I'm not a fan of the blue on gold chassis setup there. I do like the painted silver engine. That is really nice. My problem with this Wonder Woman is that, as you can see, this is essentially just the standard Wonder Woman that ran in real life. Instead of a white top, it has a blue top, which I think is meant to make it more like the comic book Wonder Woman as opposed to like the movie one or whatever the real life one is based off of, which is fine, but it's a little weird to me that, you know, Spin Master's like, okay, we got to redesign Wonder Woman so that way we can release the new Marvel trucks, because we already made Wonder Woman to base it on the real life truck that was running, but we need to redesign it for this new wave. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to repaint the roof. That's it. I mean, it's a bit weird to me that they decided that that was the only change they were going to make. They didn't want to make any minor, you know, tweaks to the casting, which I know what you're thinking. Yeah, it's expensive to make minor tweaks to the casting. But then again, you got to remember this is the same company that, you know, whips out like 50 million new castings every single year, even though some of them are the most pointless things in existence. So, like I said, this almost feels a little lazy to me that this was the best they could do for a redesign of Wonder Woman, was just to repaint the roof. But I like the fact that they kept like the battle damage look on the roof there with like the little dirt and dings and stuff. I think that's really cool. Of course, the lasso molded in there, really good. And honestly, at the end of the day, compared to the Hot Wheels Wonder Woman, which I actually don't own, it is much better. It does look a lot more like the real life truck than the Hot Wheels one did. So that is really nice. And I guess you could say, like the Superman, it is a more modern take on the original Wonder Woman that ran in real life, I guess. I don't know. All right, here's the big boy that everybody cares about. This is the Flash. Now, like I said, this truck is exclusive to this 5-pack. They have so far never released this truck anywhere outside of this 5-pack. So this is the only place you can get it. What's really cool, though, is that they use the race car casting, or I think it's called the hot rod casting. It's the one they use for trucks like Full Charge, and I think there was another time. Harley Quinn also uses this casting. But yeah, it's just meant to be a race car. I like it, though. It kind of is neat, though, because it kind of like, again, talking about modern takes, I feel like if they did a modern take of Gas Monkey Garage, I could almost see them using this casting for it. Although I feel like they wouldn't, because Gas Monkey Garage is a sponsored truck, so I don't know. But I tell me I'm wrong, but like I feel like Gas Monkey Garage would go hard on this casting. It kind of would. I'm not gonna lie. I think it'd look neat. Just the green with the logo and then the stripe and stuff. It'd be a fun modern take on it. I do find it weird though, and I don't know what this is all about, but the plastic insert on the hood here, that is a little strange to me. I don't know what that's all about. I don't know why that's not molded or what, but or molded in with the casting. That's a little strange to me. Yeah, I like the fact that they did the headlights and tail lights. That's cool. The Flash logo on the roof. It is an all-around really neat looking truck. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, it's nice though too, because like I said, the nice thing about the Full Charge casting, and one thing I always talk about here, is that this was something I was thinking about the other day. You know, Monster Jam has become more of a skill show as opposed to like a, you know, destruction or high flying competition. It's more of like a trick thing, almost like you're doing like a trick competition. So whenever I look at Spin Master castings and stuff, I'm always like, okay, if this were to become a real truck, could they make it 1-to-1, or would they have to tweak anything? And honestly, with this Flash truck, I could almost see them making this a real truck, because look at the front end. It's super stubbed in, so it could do nose wheelies, right? It could do wheelies without the back end scraping, and it can do sidewalls without problems. You know, this was one of the reasons why they redesigned El Toro Loco, was because the front end was scraping the ground when you would do nose wheelies with the truck. This, on the other hand, I feel like, honestly, if they brought this to life, they could almost do it 1-to-1. And that was why I was doing that with this guy earlier with Superman. Was that why I was doing this? Because I was curious if the cape would scrape the ground if you did a wheelie, because I was curious if they made it into a real truck, would they have to tweak the design? I don't think they would. I think they might have to a little bit with the back end of Superman. Flash, I think, would be perfectly fine. I think they could 1-to-1 that and it would work perfect. Here's a truck that I doubt they would ever try to make in real life, though, and it's the final one for today's video. We did our 4 superheroes. Here's the villain. This is the Joker. And it is you know, I'm going to be dead honest. It's a great truck. I don't think you could have done the Joker better. And that's coming from, you know, I'm thinking like if Hot Wheels did Joker, would they have done it better? And here's the thing, Hot Wheels did do Joker, and the answer is no. They did it worse. Like Hot Wheels' Joker honestly sucks in comparison to this. And it's not very often that I can say that for Spin Master. So Spin Master, gotta give credit where credit is due. When it came to the battle between Hot Wheels and Spin Master, when it comes to Joker, Spin Master did it way better any day of the week. Hot Wheels' sucks, honestly. Like it's so bad. This is really neat though. I love how unique this design is too. So they did it in a punch buggy, which was cool. So a Volkswagen Bug body. I'm also now realizing this is the first time I've reviewed Joker on this channel. I haven't done any of the singles ones because I don't own any of the singles ones. But yeah, check this out. So this is neat. So you got the Joker smile. I will say that doesn't really look like the Joker's smile. Actually, you know what it kind of looks like? It kind of looks like, I think it was Suicide Squad. The one Joker had the smile tattooed on the back of his hand, and he would put it up to his mouth almost. That's kind of what that looks like. But other than that, that smile looks a little out of place for Joker. I'm not gonna lie. I like the X's and the lights. I feel like that looks cool on any truck, but that might just be me. The buggy lights there, super cool. Got the I almost said schizophrenic writing on the side with the ha ha ha. Monster Jam, Joker logo. I like the fact that they put the Joker logo there. I could almost see that as an excuse for not actually writing the Joker anywhere on the truck. But that's the thing with these superhero trucks. I feel like they kind of get a pass. I mean, Wonder Woman does actually have Wonder Woman written on the truck, but like all of these have the logos instead of the names. So I feel like they kind of get a pass there. But you guys know how angry I get when a truck doesn't have its name on it. Got the taillight there. I love the open back end because that almost, like, you know for a fact if they built this in real life, the open back end would be a thing. That would be 100% a thing. And then I love the armored windows are really neat. That would definitely not be on the real truck. And I feel like, again, if they did the real truck, this would not be on there either. So it's a crate, and as you can see, they got a massive bomb strapped to the roof here, which is super duper cool. I love that. All on this roof rack here. Like I said, if they built this one in real life, I guess that's the topic of today's video. If Spin Master started building fantasy castings in real life, how would they do? I feel like this roof part would not be on the real life truck. If anything, they might actually just make the bomb bigger and put it back here and then remove the roof rack entirely. But yeah, I feel like for a real life rendition of this truck, I almost feel like they could do it without changing anything. Like I said, the only change they'd have to make is the roof rack, and that's about it. Everything else I think could stay. Maybe not the armored windows. Maybe they would have to change that because that would be a little difficult. But anyway, everybody, that is the Justice League versus the Joker 5-pack right there. That is the full 5-pack right there. And like I said, basically what this is meant to be is you get 4 superheroes and 1 villain, and they fight the villain. So that's really, really cool. I like that. I like that concept, and I hope that in the future with the Marvel 5-packs, because I'm not going to lie, the first Marvel 5-pack that came out sucks. It's really bad, but I'm hoping in the future with Marvel 5-packs, they might do that kind of thing, because I think that would be really, really neat, you know? But yeah, there you go. That's your 5-pack right there. The superheroes fighting the supervillain. Super duper neat. No pun intended. But yeah, that's all I got for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know what you think of this 5-pack in the comments down below. I know that they re-released this one a couple of times. So they did this one for a couple of years in a row before they just stopped releasing it in general. And then the newest 5-pack we got was the Marvel one, which was the 4 main Marvel trucks, not the 4 real ones, the 4 main ones, which is Iron Man, Captain America, Black Panther, and Thor. No, not Thor, Spider-Man. I think it was Spider-Man. I think instead of Thor, they did Spider-Man. And then they did the Marvel Comics truck, which was like a box van. But yeah, that's kind of the newest 5-pack that we got for this like series of 5-packs that they've been doing. But this one's really cool. I'm not going to lie. I like this one. I really do. I think this is a cool release because, like, yeah, all 5 of the trucks here except the Flash are re-releases of trucks that we've seen before, but they're actually good re-releases. They look good, which is something that Spin Master kind of fails to do nowadays, is whenever they re-release a truck, it very rarely by itself is better than most versions of that truck that we've gotten before. You don't see that very often. When they re-release a truck anymore, it's kind of like, okay, literally every version of this truck that you've made prior to this is better than this release. Like, what is that, you know? But these, I would honestly argue for like Batman and Joker, these are probably my favorite 2 variants of these trucks that they ever made. Like, they're really good. They look good. They look insanely good. But yeah, that's all I really got to say there. I hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you all in the next diecast unboxing video. Thank you, and good night.